Today I'd like to focus on a particular word that has to do with healing. I'll tell you why. Because since I sent out the script of last week, you know, the three aspects, the three states of mind, I had a few emails regarding it, and I'm going to read you one. And it has a lot to do with people who are caught in the past. For those of you who are not aware of it, I'll just mention it briefly. There are three states of mind: past, present, and future people. Past people are people who are easily hurt, easily offended, very conscious of their self-image, and they identify with the past completely. In fact, everything that has happened to them in the past seems very real to them, even in the present. And the world is very real to them. Future people are quite different. Future people are goal-oriented. They think that they're going to attain enlightenment or awakening. They think it's always tomorrow, which of course never comes. And they're not victims like the past people. They are more thinking of something that they can control, something they got a finger on. And then we have the present people who are quite present, open, receptive to the moment. And they have moments when they get stuck in the past and future, but it's temporary. And of course, the present people have many changes within that. There is present people, there's present now people, which of course they are able to experience the now. And then we have now present people, which is the awakened state. And then there are the now people, but these are very rare. These are the Bhagavan Ramana Maharshis, these are the Nisargadatta, these are Jesus and Buddha. Okay? So, well, the question today that I'd like to discuss is about how do we heal so that we can live totally from the eternal now moment. And that's the big question. And there is one word that will do it all. But before that, I'd like to read you a very common email. In fact, the few that I got follow this pattern. She wrote, "Dear Burt, thank you for your interesting script," which had to do with the three states of mind. "It helps me to see what is going on with me a bit better. I can see the now state you mention when it appears in another, but have only had fleeting glimpses of it in myself. The result is I know what truth is, but I feel sad and frustrated that after all these years, about 15 years now, I'm still seemingly unable to be it myself in a continuous flow forward. All I know is that I continually fall short of it, and my inner feeling is one of complete miserableness until someone stands in front of me who is resonating at a higher frequency, closer to now, wherein I perk up and join them like a chameleon." And incidentally, a product of the past is like that too. Okay, we identify with the past, but when we are with somebody who's totally present, then we begin to feel the now more and more, and we begin to see the possibilities within the moment. And then the moment we walk away from that particular situation, we get back again to the same pattern. Okay? She continues, "It seems like I have to accept this as my lot. This is as good as it gets for me. I am just a mediocre spiritual seeker who has many times been offered the invitation to truth and just as many times turned back to living the illusion. I must be one of the ones that you said is really just seeking spiritual fascination, that is, kicks. I am not in it for real, or else I would be being it by now." Okay, so, and I found that this is, she goes on a little bit, but it's not relevant. Okay? So, is there a way that we can heal and live in the moment? That's what we're going to explore today. So you're very, very fortunate now, and you're going to learn something very, very precious. First of all, there's a word. And I want you to focus on this word like you've never heard it before. And you've heard it many times, but it hasn't been understood. This word is magical, it's miraculous, and it's transforming. And I kid you not. And I use it all the time because I know its power. This word really means this: giving forth space to that which is. You understand that? Giving forth space to that which is. The word is called forgiveness. You understand the word? To forgive. Now, when we think about forgiveness, which of course the Course in Miracles talks a lot about, we often think we're going to forgive somebody or someone. This is okay, that's commendable. There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that it is forgiving of yourself that is most important, and the highest unconditional love, to forgive yourself. Excuse me. To forgive your past, to forgive your identification with the past, to forgive yourself every time you forget. Remembering that love is the greatest force in the universe. I'd like to quote you what the Course in Miracles states in the text, page 329. It says, forgiveness literally transforms vision and lets you see the real world reaching quietly and gently across chaos, removing all illusions that had twisted your perception and fixed it on the past. The smallest leaf now becomes a thing of wonder, and a blade of grass a sign of God's perfection. Those are beautiful words from the Course. So there are 5 ways in which we can learn how to use forgiveness. I'd like you to listen to these 5 steps, and then there's a few questions I want to ask you so that we can explore it more completely. Number one, to start understanding forgiveness is to accept everything as it is. Now, some people think that there's an effort in forgiveness. Forgiveness is not something you do. That's the first I have to clear. It is something you allow yourself to see. For example, right now I'm full of hate. And of course what we want to do is bring love into it. But when you're full of hate, can you love? No. You're full of hate. So what do? The first step. There is hate. You acknowledge it. Do you understand? Remember one thing, which very few people are aware of, is that hate is opposite love. Fear is opposite love. Guilt is opposite love. Depression is opposite love. Okay? All these qualities are opposite love. But love has no opposite. So these things exist, these negative things exist when there is no love. But the moment there is love, even in the minutest form, these things don't exist at all. They never did. You see? That's the power of now, and I'd like to discuss it a little further, what love truly is. So, when you begin to feel love, all these things begin to melt automatically because they never existed. They are a product of past conditioning. But love is not a product. Love is not a something. Love is. There is no way that the mind can understand love. It just is. And it starts with full acceptance of what is. Are you understanding me? This is very important. So if right now I say, I'm a dummy, I'm just stupid, I admit the fact, I acknowledge the fact, not that I'm stupid, I acknowledge the fact that I feel I am stupid. Do you understand? Acknowledge the feeling, not the subject itself, because I am can never be stupid. I am is. Do you understand? I am just is. Okay? But you can say there is the feeling of stupidity right now, and you acknowledge it. Now the second part is the most important part of the 5 steps, actually, except the final one. This second step is the most important, that whenever you have a feeling, a discomfort, a dissatisfactory feeling, any feeling at all that limits you, you are suppressing love. You are betraying love. You see? So,